Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of what the hell's my show called again? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode. Fuck. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of StarCrafting. This episode is going to be on Metalopolis and the MLG version with the supply depots. And this game is between, I know it says Lazy and Mouse Sports, but this over here is HasuObs, and this over here is FXO. Okay? Now, it's pretty awesome that we don't talk about players here because that'll save some confusion. They're playing on alts because of the region they're in. They're playing in a tournament here, so that's why this is a custom game. You can tell by the colors, yellow and orange. It might be a little bit tricky, guys, to tell what's going on. There, I just made it red and blue. You see that? Because I'm a wizard. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to call them Mouse Sports and Lazy for the sake of this cast and for the sake of not confusing any of you delicate-minded people. Anyway, so I'm curious as to how this game is going to go. I don't really know much about FXO. I don't watch him really. HasuObs, pretty damn good player, so you can expect some good things from him. He actually probably is the one who made me choose my race. I watched a game a long time ago between him and HD. Sorry. It was an HD StarCraft cast along with Husky. They cast it together. It was like a 55-minute game between HasuObs and I can't remember who his opponent was. It was a Zerg player, and I'm sure some of you know what I'm talking about. It was like 3 parts, and it was just like HasuObs stuck on one base and just infinitely defending against Zerg. And that's before a million patches. Like, that was a long time ago. So I don't know, man. I'm sure his game has changed. The way he plays has changed a lot since then. Sorry again for casting another PvT. I'm gonna try to get some Zerg games. I'd like to cast an ST after he just spanked everyone in MLG. If you haven't watched it, or I said MLG, I meant GSL. If you haven't watched that, guys, yeah, I just spoiled it for you. And ST, he made everybody look pretty silly. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I'd like to get some Zerg games into this StarCraft Inc. channel, if you guys don't mind. I think I'll cast a little bit of HasuObs because he's been playing pretty fucking awesome, except the guy just went on vacation, so we're without him for a little bit. Anyway, to the game, ladies and gentlemen. Terran player wisely putting his supply depot in the smoke, because when you're playing against Protoss, man, they like to hide things there. Pylons, probes. And it's not a good thing to find later when it's too late. We are seeing a factory right away. And double gas. Are we going to see Banshees? It kind of looks that way. It's definitely the way it looks. The Terran player knows that this is going to be happening. Oh god. I don't know who's who here. Yeah, see. According to... Oh, Jesus. Okay, yeah, he does know that that's there.
Our SCVs are under attack.
So, Lazy, the Terran player... Oh god, these colors are making everything worse. Going back to orange and yellow. The yellow Protoss. He's trying to kill this SCV here, but he can't do it. He's got his gateways rallied to attack it. And as soon as the stalker pops, that days are numbered. Taking the tower with a probe. That's some fancy pants stuff right there. This probe's awfully proud of him. Look at the dance he's doing. You know he's got something up his sleeve. Guys, fucking, this is the new wall. This is the 20th century modern StarCraft wall with the 2 supply depots and no tech in the middle. And that's fine. You wedge a bunch of Marines in there and you're pretty airtight. You can stand there so that the Stalker can't run by and use your own base as his playground. As he would have just tried there. That Stalker is going to focus down the SCV and try to delay that depot. However, the supply depot does lower into the ground and allow the Marines out to chase that Stalker. The Stalker did take some hull damage, but it will back out. Always a good idea to pop that Stalker up the ramp to see what is at the top. Even if you don't see tech, what is guarding the top of the ramp is a good indication of what is coming next. I mean, there's a lot of Marines. There's no gas spent on this army. Plus, there's no tech in the wall, so it's a good there's a good chance the Terran player is trying to hide something sneaky. But what is he trying to hide? Cloak motherfucking Banshees. Boy. So there goes Lazy. I almost want to call him Jay-Z. The rapper Terran, he's coming in here. He's gonna do some nasty stuff. It's too bad Zen ain't here. You can shoot him all day. Anyway, Lazy coming in here with his Banshee. God, I think my jokes get worse episode to episode. But you guys will forgive me. I hope. Maybe. Someday. It looks like Mouse Sports isn't ready for this. He's got the Stalkers, but as soon as Cloak goes up, and the Stalkers too silly. Like, well, I kind of feel like we should, we know where he is, but we better not shoot. We better not shoot there. Oh my God, he's shooting at us. Should we shoot? No, don't do it. Wait for the observer. The observer will tell us it's okay. And the observer comes, and the Banshee runs away, and then they all kind of scratch their heads. That's the mind of a stalker for you. I mean, they sound all badass in game. They're like, cool, it's a pretty cool, dark voice. I don't know what to say, but here comes the observer. I'm gonna decloak that Banshee. And these 2 stalkers are chasing this guy around. Oh, are they gonna get it? Oh no! That Banshee does get away. And Siege Tank, Marines sitting at the front door. Are we seeing Siege Tech on the way? Not yet, which is surprising to me. There's more Siege Tanks, but no Siege mode. Now, the Protoss player is in production mode. He's got an Immortal here. I'm not sure why he's leaving that in his mineral line. It's not like the Banshee's gonna land for him. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on. I'm surprised the Terran player hasn't expoed yet. It's not going to look good for him in a few seconds because, like I said, the Protoss player is burst into production mode. He will soon very much outsupply the Terran player. Although the Terran player is at 80 supply. There we go. Now we're seeing that tilt, the supply shift between the 2 players. You can only produce more than your opponent on 1 base when he's on 2 for so long. It's like a threshold. As soon as you hit that threshold, things tip very heavily in the 2 base players. And it works. I said trying as if it wasn't going to happen, but then it happened, and well, you guys saw the rest. Now we're seeing quite the all-in, 1 base, all-in, bunch of siege tanks with no siege tech, Marines, SCVs, Hellions, Banshees. This is quite the freaking all-in here. I don't know how to feel about this. Banshee's gonna take shots here, and oh dear God. Oh, right before everything happens, there's gonna be a lot of noise, and I need to turn my sound down again because I always forget after I play ladder. So here we go. There we go. Sound's down, and you'll be able to hear my beautiful voice. Yeah, I just said that. Anyway, there doesn't look like there's enough anti-air here to deal with all these Banshees, but if the Banshees focus fire the Stalkers, I think those sports would be in a lot of trouble. But if they focus fire the pylons, they'll be in just as much trouble. Instead, he's going to focus down. Oh, this siege mode is done. Guardian shield going down for the Protoss player. There are Hellions trying to roast the Zealots. The Zealots getting in too close as the siege tank's doing damage to his own Marines. Banshees trying to focus down the Stalkers, but there are not enough Banshees. As the Zealots clean up the ground army, the Banshees cannot clean up the Stalkers. Bad position for Terran as he just fell heavily behind in Harvesters. Not that he wasn't already, as he's only on 1 base, but the situation just got worse. Siege tank sieging up the bottom. I'm not sure why he didn't choose to use the high ground, but whatever floats his boat, I suppose. I don't even know what I don't even... Observer. Gonna go watch the tower, which just seems redundant to me. But no, he's gonna join the army, and they're gonna dance around in the middle. That's what they do, right? I mean, stalkers, they've got 4 legs, 2 for walking, 2 for dancing. It's oh god, I'm in such a playful mood today, and it just makes me sound stupid. It's okay though. I mean, I just ate an entire bowl of spaghetti. Where did I put that bowl of spaghetti? I know I didn't finish it. Oh, Banshee's doing some more stuff. And that Observer, he's pretty baller. He's trying to headbutt them to death, and it's not working. See this? It's adorable. No, don't follow them back to their base. It's not going to be a good day for you as soon as you fly over a missile tonight. You're going to get scanned. You're going to get scanned. Oh, good. Oh, he swims away. Oh, he's so cute. Oh my god, I'm staring up his pooper. That was unpolite! Okay. So these stalkers are in position to deal with the Banshees when they come around. These Banshees have done way too much damage through the course of this game. We've got 7 kills, 9 kills, 1 kill, 1 kill, 0 kills. He's a new guy. Anyway, Robotics Bay is being focused down. He does not want to lose that. I think the Terran player could have finished that Robotics Bay off and made it out with his Banshees, but instead he chose to try and engage those stalkers a little bit. Now they're above the mineral line, trying to even out the mineral count. This game could be tipped back in the Terran's favor if he can kill enough probes. And he's cloaked, but there's observers everywhere, and now the Banshees are simply overpowering the stalkers, which is never a good situation. I mean, you have to split up your stalkers to avoid them taking advantage of their mobility like this. But at the same time, if you split up your stalkers, you simply don't have enough to deal with them. Look at this, how they just toy with the Protoss army back and forth, and the stalkers can't do a thing. I mean, had he swung back over here, he would have been able to do a lot more damage again. These stalkers, they just can't keep up. And some good focus firing from Lazy, or FXO, I should say. And this is not a good situation for these Banshees. They almost had a bad day. More siege tanks, more marines coming out for the Terran player over here. He's still not taking an expansion. He's got a command center here, okay? He's got one up. And he will be able to double expand, because once this is mined out, there's no reason for him to have this one here. So if he lifts up them both and takes a second and a third at the same time, that's gonna be a weird thing for the Protoss. It'll be a little bit of a burst in, I don't know. We'll see how this plays out. I'm not going to make any assumptions, because I know for a fact, 100% that I'll be right. Yeah, I'm going to ruin the game for you. That's why I'm not going to make predictions. It's not at all because I'm going to look silly when I'm wrong. He's kind of like a sentry. He's kind of lonely. There's like one sentry with a bunch of zealots and immortals, and he's like the kid with really bad acne and body odor. If that's you, I'm sorry, just hit the thumbs up button and it makes the acne go away. I promise. And he's actually only going to lift up 1 command center. I mean, why lift this one up? He's got so many friends. Look at all those SCVs. Just picking up the leftovers here. We've got like no more than 100 minerals on each patch. 20 over here. That's going to get mined out. Gas is still rolling out of here. We've got over 2,000 between the 2 of them. Still going on. I mean, it's not a useless command center yet, but in the future, there's no harm in moving that sucker to the gold. Guys, I think this space here, I mean, Blizzard was, you know, they said that bullshit about what did they say? Oh yeah, this map is unbalanced, and that's why they took it out of the map pool. And everyone was like, no man, this map's pretty cool, it's pretty good. But I think it's this space between the 2 golds that makes the map a little bit interesting, because siege tanks and broodlords can really abuse this space, and Protoss players don't have anything quite like that. I mean, they have Colossus, but it's not the same. I don't know. Maybe I'm just smoking fumes. But these Banshees, these rebels, these heroes among men, 14 kills, 3 kills, 6 kills, 15 kills, 6 kills. These are some baller. Sergeant, man. Captain. Captain, be my captain. Protoss pushing down across the map. 2 observers because everyone needs a friend. And, ooh, look at the High Templar. We're going to get some feedbacks. If we get some feedbacks on these Banshees, they're pretty much one-shots, though. I mean, 119 mana. He's going to be, what, 140 mana. And that feedback, it's going to do a little more than wreck the paint. And look at all these Marines, Marauders, Siege Tanks with a Raven. Those Ravens are assholes when you're trying to shoot down Banshees, man. That PDD, you just kind of want to kick it in the groin. And then you realize it doesn't have a groin, and it's just like uncomprehendibly angering. That was a lot of words that I just let fall out of my mouth. But anyway, still not lifting this sucker up. He's just going to chill. There's lots of gas still in there. So he's going to build a 3rd command center. And he's going to take his 3rd. As the Protoss has not taken his 4th, this is giving the Terran player an opportunity to come back. The supply is a little bit in the Protoss' favor, but look at this position here. The Protoss can't really engage that. I mean, what's he going to do? The Protoss is sitting right on the siege line. Oh, he's walking into the siege line. This is free damage for the Terran player. Even at the supply, not at all. I was wrong. And I apologize. Banshees are just going to come through and rip everything apart. More observers coming out of the Robo Bay, but Banshees have something to say about it. I don't know how the Protoss player can engage this, but he's being smart about it. He's not running into his death. Feedback! 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 No, it's just an Archon. I'm silly. I'm silly. That Archon dies. That Archon, he was expecting more out of his lifespan. But because technically that should be 2 kills, I think. You kill an Archon, you get 2 kills. Those are badass motherfuckers. The army from the Protoss is engaging the Terran army as he left all his units on the high ground, and now the Terran player is going to lose everything to a greatly timed push from the Protoss. However, there's a lot of Marauders that the Protoss didn't know about. Storm ripping some of them apart like they're going to need a Band-Aid. That's all I'm saying. And the Protoss player backs off because he cannot take those Marauders straight up, especially with a Siege Tank chilling there too. Protoss is losing all of his production. It is absolutely awful for him. He's opening up more though over here in his 3rd, trying to replace what he's losing. Terran player's economy is so painfully low right now. And he's either spending his resources beautifully or he's just sitting on nothing. I'm going to go lift the income tab. Now the Protoss player is pushing up the ramp with the Immortal in the lead. Zealots up front to tank. EMP went down, negating any kind of storms that were going to come out of those Templar. But with enough energy for feedback on one of the Banshees. And the Stalkers do clean up most of it. Trying to get rid of everything on the high ground, but they just can't do it. Those Marauders are tearing them apart. 1-1 upgrades on the Stalkers. We're seeing 0 upgrades on the Immortals. And still, the Stalkers cannot compete. You're seeing 70 Harvesters for the Protoss to 37 to the Terran, and half the income in both minerals and gas. Back to the production tab, we're seeing more upgrades for the Protoss player, replacing the Cyber Core he just lost in that engagement, and nothing but more military from the Terran player. He is going to try to take this gold, and the Protoss player, I think, knows it, as he had a Zealot sitting there. Now the Protoss player has to move fast. He does not want this gold to fall into Terran hands, and the absolute second that that command center lands, that gold is going to get strip mined by mules. Watch this. Here it goes. And no, the Terran player is going to micro his army. Instead, Storm goes down with the Marauders, and the Stalkers blink forward as the Zealots also rush forward, trying to engage his army, but wisely backing off as he realizes he's being pulled into a siege tank trap. And there you go. There's the strip mine mules. I was expecting more, but hey, whatever. 3 mules on a gold expo. This is like 18 harvesters right here. 6, 12, 18. Yeah, boy. 6 per mule. There are 18 harvesters on this gold expo right now, and you don't even know it. Except for the fact that I just told you, that kind of makes you know it. But over here on the left side, we have the Protoss player, also known as HasuObs or Mouse Sports, taking his 4th. And look at the timing of that probe transfer. This guy knows his stuff. However, he's not noticing that these 2 probes, they're going on their own little journey. And this SCV is seeing everything. He knows that there's no 5th, but he doesn't know that there's a welcoming party for what could have been a new base, but isn't. I mean, this is out here. He knows that. So this looks like a perfect path of attack from Mouse Sports. He will be able to come over here and beat the fuck out of this Expo. Sorry, I said a swear. Anyway, I like the positioning here. There's good spread. The problem is, no Protoss there. Protoss are over here, silly. But the Terran player are wisely not pushing into it. I mean, if he does, that's going to happen. And he's just going to let his base go, kind of like the Protoss player did. And I think this is the Terran player's own fault for not expanding sooner. This is what you get, man. However, the Zealots are trying to get in there, but they're getting slaughtered by their own Storm. Storm's going down on more of the Terran bio. I almost think that, I don't know, man. I'm not going to say what I think, because I'm going to be wrong. But the Zealots are just getting eaten by the Marauders on the bottom. And now there's nothing to tank for these Stalkers. The Stalkers need to get over here to the edge and get out of there alive. Are they going to? Yes, get out of there, man. Yes, they do blink away. Problem with the army that the Protoss had is half of that stuff can't get away with the Stalkers. Look at this play! The Stalkers are coming over here to the Gold Expo. They're going to get rid of all these SCVs, and there's nothing the Terran player can do about it without stimming. And now the Stalkers blink and get away as that Stalker, he drew the short end of the stick. He got shafted, so to speak. Look at all these Marauders being picked up in the medevacs, and they look like they're going to get dropped in the main. But there is a nice little welcoming party waiting for them as these... I don't think this is good news for the members of this medevac convoy. Look at the feedback that went down on those medevacs, and the Zealots, they leave this party hungry. A couple Marauders here, but they're pretty soft. I think with some good blink micro, these Stalkers could take them, as they do have 1-2 upgrades versus still 0 upgrades from the Terran player. The Terran player is on 3 bases, but no mining at 2 of them, and only mining off the gold, but no gas here. So, I mean, that reflects in the Terran player's bank. You can see it, 800 minerals and 13 gas. The only Marines coming out of this boy. We have Zealots rushing in on the Marauders. Marauders don't like Zealots very much, and Zealots don't really like Marauders. In fact, Protoss don't really like Marauders. They have a little holiday every time a Marauder dies. And no, I don't even commentate on this. You saw what happened. That was bad news for everyone involved. The mineral line is now gone for Lazy, and the Protoss player lost pretty much everything he attacked with, except for this little ragtag crew here. And Medevac's picking up, flying over to the 4th. Tiker messaging me saying, sup, pointy thing, resembling a squinty, happy face. But little does he know that the Terran player is dropping in the 4th, and it's going to make a mess. They're not even going to wipe their fucking shoes. And that's what you get. That was a carpet. That is where shoes belong. A storm carpet. More storm going down on the Terran player. Those medevacs they're losing parts, okay? They're so low health. And Zealots coming to try to do damage. I want to see a feedback. Oh, there's no mana. Never mind. No feedback. Oh, the Stalker's actually cleaning up quite a few of them. The weapons upgrades make them do so much damage to those freaking medevacs. By the way, guys, this episode may contain coarse language, and also stupid, but mostly coarse language, and mostly stupid. Hey, these medevacs, they're coming back for more, I think, but there's Stalkers waiting for them, and look at this. Little ragtag crew, I say ragtag too much, is running up the right side of the map, and harvesting that gold expo. It's almost mined out, but the Protoss player is just keeping the Terran player contained so hard. Cannons here, Templar with full storm, and he does spot this, and look at those Terran units just walk through layers of storm. GG from Lays, as you know, you can't win on one base. It's just not when your opponent has 4 or 5 and more units than you. Guys, I'm SSN Incarnum. You're watching StarCraft Inc.